Yeah, good morning, dear students. Last class we have finished the first module. That is two types of problem we have discussed. One is residential status problem calculation. Another one is determination of total income if the individual is ordinary resident, not ordinary resident, and non-resident. In today's class, we'll begin the second very important module from exam point of view, income from salary. Actually, this is the very what very vast concept. A lot of thing is there to cover in this particular module. I will tell overall brief idea I will give you about module number 2, that is income from salary calculation. Say, try to understand income from salary calculation we are doing at the end, but before going for main problem relating to income from salary, lot of other things we are going to discuss, like separate 7 mark question they will ask, especially the calculation of gratuity, the leave encashment, pension calculation, HRA calculation, then deductions under section 80C we are going to discuss in this particular module only. Then various perquisite value calculation, PV, perquisite value calculation. So many things are there. Once we discuss all these things, then only we can enter into the main problem relating to income from salary. Because at the time of doing income from salary problem, you should know how to calculate gratuity, how to calculate pension, how to calculate leave encashment, how to calculate HRA, how to calculate the various perquisite value. Under perquisite value, different calculations are there. So everything we need to discuss before going to the main problem relating to income from salary. So if you ask me like what and all questions comes for the exam from this particular module means, see, one main problem they will ask either for 10 mark or for 20 mark case study from income from salary. So income from salary, sometime they will ask for 10 mark, sometime they will ask for 20 marks case study. Okay, but lot of other working note we are going to discuss in this particular concept or module. So that separate question they may ask for 7 mark. So gratuity calculation is there, you might have studied already in your degree. Gratuity calculation, pension calculation, leave encashment calculation, HRA calculation. Definitely one or two question they will ask for 7 mark. Then perquisite value calculation, one separate question they may ask either for 7 mark or for 10 mark. Is it clear? So we'll discuss. So first I will discuss the format of income from salary, but try to understand income from salary problem we are doing at the end. But once we discuss the format of income from salary, you will understand before going to income from salary problem, what and all concept we need to understand. So, therefore, with that intention, I will first discuss the format of income from salary. So, income from salary. Under income from salary, different forms of salaries are there. Like basic salary is there, that is we call it as basic salary, dearness allowance, popularly called as DA, dearness pay is there, advance salary is there, arrears of salary is there, leave encashment, commissions, bonus, gratuity, pension, and taxable allowances. Many taxable allowances are there, like city compensatory allowances, CCA, traveling allowances, transport allowances, medical allowances, phone allowances. Many allowances are there. So almost 25 to 30 allowances are there. So few of the allowances are exempt from tax, few of the allowances are fully taxable, and few of the allowances are partially taxable. So that and all we'll discuss later. But all these concept, all these term are included under income from salary calculation. So what and all main uh, main forms of salary: basic salary, dearness allowance, dearness pay, advance salary, commission, bonus, gratuity, pension, and all other taxable allowances and perquisites. Perquisites is also called as here fringe benefit. Fringe benefit in the sense other than the salary, whatever the extra benefit you are receiving from your employer, that is called as perquisites. It may be in cash or it may be in kind. So perquisites is nothing but it is a monetary benefit other than the salary. Whatever employees are receiving from employer is called as perquisites. It is called as perquisites. Again, some of the perquisites are fully taxable in the hands of employees, but some of the perquisites are partially taxable and some of the perquisites are fully exempt. That also we'll discuss. Therefore, I said module 2 is nothing but it is a big module. It is a vast concept. Lot of thing is there, a lot of concept we need to cover before entering into a main full-fledged problem relating to income from salary. Yeah. Now, just to go through the format of income from salary. This is the format we are following for full-fledged problems of income from salary. Sometime it will ask for 20 marks case study. Sometime it will ask for 10 marks. Even sometime they will ask for 15 marks because for you 20 marks set, no. So 15 mark income from salary question they will ask. 5 marks some other questions they will ask, maybe theory or some other problem they will ask. Therefore, very important from exam point of view as well as an indirect income tax subject or direct taxation subject. Income from salary is the main, very essential or very important module. Yeah, income from salary format. Everyone go through. See, first of all, the format of income from salary, we have particulars column and 2 amount column. One is considered as inner column, one is considered as a outer column. So 3 columns we have, particular and 2 amount column. Remember, under income from salary, mainly we have 4 parts. Mainly we have 4 parts. 4 parts in the sense, see, I will write it and show you. See, this is considered as a first part. You can note down in your notebook also. This is considered as a first part. Is it clear? Next. First I will discuss the first part. Then I will go to the second part. This is second part. Provident fund is relating to second part. So one by one I will discuss now. First, I will concentrate on first part. Yeah. In first part, what and all will come? Basic salary, dearness allowance, dearness pay, D and DP. You can hereafter dearness allowance means you can call it as DA, DP, dearness pay, commission, bonus, HRA, and all taxable allowances. What and all comes under all taxable allowances? I said 25 to 30 allowances are there. Example for allowances: city compensatory allowances, traveling allowances, transport allowances, medical allowances, educational allowances, hostel allowances, research allowances. See, many allowances are there. So all type of taxable, all kind of taxable allowances are included in the first part. But for your reference, these are all the common item in almost all the problem. You can find this: basic salary, dearness allowance. See, dearness allowance, dearness pay, uh, most of the problem they will give in bracket like 50% is considered as for retirement benefit. So that thing you should not consider for main income from salary problem. You will understand uh, once we proceed with the module. But for the time being, DA and dearness pay, full DA and full DP you should take under income from salary calculation. Commission, bonus, HRA. You can see one star mark here, HRA. Why I have put star mark here? Anybody can tell this? HRA, house rent allowance. You can find one star here. What may be the reason? See, HRA, listen, HRA we have separate calculation for HRA. Therefore, I said before entering into income from salary problem, we have to discuss the concept of HRA, house rent allowances, gratuity, pension, leave encashment, and perquisite value. So most of the time for HRA, you have to give the working note. So separate calculation. HRA is the separate calculation. Therefore, HRA is the separate concept. This type of this concept HRA separately they may ask for 7 mark or for 10 mark question. So it is a problem only HRA calculation. Therefore, I have put one star here. So you have to give more importance to HRA calculation. So total of first part you write it in the outer column. So this is the first part. Then in the second part, it is all relating to provident fund. Second part is all relating to provident fund. Yeah. Provident fund, or popularly called as a PF. You may be knowing the concept of provident fund. See, under provident fund, different types of provident fund we have. Like recognized provident fund we have, unrecognized provident fund we have, statutory provident fund, statutory provident fund, public provident fund, and superannuation fund. So these are all the different types of provident fund. Listen carefully. Theory question also they may ask. So once again I will explain later in later stage. But for the time being, under provident fund we have different types of provident fund. One is RPF. What do you mean by RPF? Recognized provident fund. Then URPF. What do you mean by URPF? Unrecognized provident fund. Then SPF. SPF means statutory provident fund, applicable mainly for the government department. SPF, statutory provident fund, applicable mainly for the government department. Statutory provident fund. Public provident fund, name itself give the meaning public provident fund. This is not only for the employees. Anybody can invest in public provident fund. This is for the public, general public. Public provident fund. And the last one is superannuation fund. Superannuation fund. So these are all different types of provident fund. Recognized provident fund mainly for the private employees, colleges, universities, everywhere we can find recognized provident fund. Now these are the different types of provident fund. Remember, under provident fund we have two types of contribution. One is employee contribution, another one is employer contribution. Don't forget, one is employee contribution, another one is employer contribution. See, for employer contribution separate treatment, for employee contribution separate treatment. Don't forget, under income from salary we have the concept of provident fund. Under provident fund we have two types of contribution. One is employee contribution, another one is employer contribution. You can see the format now. Under provident fund, whose contribution I have written here? Employer contribution I have written. Therefore, employer contribution you should take into consider for the calculation of income from salary, not the employee contribution. Employer contribution you should take into consider at the time of doing income from salary calculation. But where the employee contribution will go? Employee contribution will go to deductions. Deductions under section 80C. See, we have deductions under section 80C to 80U. So under section 80C, employee contribution we have to write. Employee contribution to provident fund we have to show. So two types of contribution. Employer contribution you have to write it under income from salary format. Second part, employer contribution. Employee contribution, it will go to the deductions under section 80C. Now, so under provident fund, second part, one is employer contribution. So I will explain rule only for RPF now, because other calculation we have the rules. Rules I will explain in the later stage when we discuss about the provident fund. But in the format, most of the time we have calculation for RPF, recognized provident fund. So what is the rule says? Income Tax Act says employer contribution to RPF in excess of 12% is taxable. That means employer contribution is less than 12% means it is not taxable. So employer contribution of RPF in excess of 12% of the salary is taxable. So excess of 12%, for example 14% employer contribution is given means 2% is taxable, because up to 12% exempt. Employer contribution to RPF up to 12% exempt, more than 12% is taxable. But remember, for provident fund account, we will get the interest. We will get the interest from the government. So interest in excess of 9.5% is taxable. So any interest, suppose interest we are receiving less than 9.5% means it is not taxable. More than 9.5% means it is taxable. So under provident fund, only two things we are writing. One is employer contribution in excess of 12% of salary. That means more than 12% means taxable, less than 12% means not taxable. Interest in excess of 9.5% is taxable, more than 9.5% is taxable, less than 9.5% is not taxable. Try to understand again. Interest is 10% means don't take a complete 10% as a taxable. No, up to 9.5% we will get the exempt. That means remaining 0.5% is taxable. So this is relating to second part, provident fund. Is it clear? Students, tell me, are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now third part, first part over, what and all comes under first part? Basic, DA, DP, bonus, commission and all type of taxable allowances, HRA, etc. Second one, provident fund, only two items under provident fund, in employer contribution as well as interest. Now third part. So in third part, one second. Yeah, in third part we have gratuity calculation, we have pension calculation, we have taxable leave encashment calculation. Mainly these are the three items comes under third part. But under income from salary calculation, most of the time you will not get information relating to gratuity, pension and leave encashment. Why? Because these are all called as retirement benefit. Gratuity is the retirement benefit, pension is the retirement benefit. Therefore, when the employee is in service, you will not get gratuity, pension every year. Therefore, most of the time in income from salary calculation, gratuity, pension information is missing only. You will not get it every time. But in some cases, any employee retired from the organization in between the month means you will get the calculation relating to gratuity and pension. But gratuity and pension as well as leave encashment is a separate calculation. Separately, they may ask for 7 marks. So out of gratuity, pension, leave encashment, one question you can expect for 7 mark. Most of the time it will be gratuity calculation. So gratuity calculation is important. So under third part, what and all you have to write? Gratuity, pension, leave encashment. Everywhere rule is there. Gratuity calculation rule we have. Taxable pension rule is there. Leave encashment rule is there. So we have to discuss one by one each and every item. So therefore I said again it is a vast concept. So gratuity, pension, leave encashment, you have to show separate working note for these calculation. So these item you can find under third part. So second part total you can write it in the outer column. Next third part total you can write it in the outer column. Yeah. Next fourth part. How many parts I said in income from salary? 4 parts. So first part, second part, third part is over. Now this is the fourth part. Information relating to perquisite value, PV, popularly called as PV, perquisite value. Already I have explained the meaning of perquisite value. Other than the salary, any other monetary benefit you are receiving, you in the sense employees, any Other than the salary, any other monetary benefits employees are receiving from the employer means it is comes under perquisite value or perquisites, extra monetary benefit. Sometime it will be in cash, sometime it may be it need not be in the form of cash only. So sometime it may be in kind also. So what and all items comes under perquisite value. Very important item, RFA. I said one separate problem you can expect from perquisite value. This is the concept. This is the one part you can expect a separate question for 10 mark calculation, that is calculation of perquisite value for rent free accommodation. So RFA means, what is the full form? Rent free accommodation. Rent free accommodation. RFA, rent free accommodation. Separate calculation means separate rules. Next, motor car, perquisite value comes under, so one of the important item, motor car. We have rules for motor car calculation. Free meals comes under perquisite value. Rule is there. How much it's taxable? We'll discuss later. Separate rule is there for free meals. Warner, sweeper, watchman salary comes under perquisite value. Next, interest-free loans comes under perquisite value. Gift from the employer comes under perquisite value. Medical allowances given in the hospital run by the employer comes under perquisite value. So perquisite value calculation, I said in the beginning, sometime sometime full amount received in the form of perquisite is taxable. Sometime complete amount received in the form of perquisite is exempt. Sometime partial amount is taxable, partial amount is exempt. So calculation we have relating to RFA, relating to motor car, and relating to free meals, and one more item is interest free loan. Interest free loans. See, these are all taxable. Why these are all taxable? Because this is the benefit we are receiving from the employer. Whatever the benefit we are receiving from the employer, everything is taxable in the hands of employees. See, whatever goes to our pocket, it is taxable. See, salary goes to our pocket, therefore it is taxable. Then other than the salary, whatever the extra benefit we are receiving from employer, that is also taxable. Provident fund, it is a benefit to the employee, therefore it is taxable. So now in the outer column, somebody tell me, in the outer column how many totals we have now? In the outer column how many totals we have? Yeah, come on students, in outer column how many totals we have? Yes, see the format and tell me. We have first part, we have second part, we have third part, and we have fourth part. So see the inner column. So everywhere, first part to total we have written in the outer column, second part total we have written in the outer column, third part total we have written in the outer column, and fourth part total we have written in the outer column. That means in outer column we have 4 amounts now, 4 grand total we have. So add all the 4 part, that time you will get it. What you will get it? You will get it gross salary. You will get it gross salary. Don't forget, gross salary. Now, so gross salary, once you get the gross salary means what you have to do? You have to deduct deductions under section 16. Deductions under section 16. Under deduction under section 16, we have section 16 subsection 2, we have section 16 subsection 3, and one more deductions we have. Concentrate. I will write it here. gross salary. Once you get gross salary, compulsorily you have to deduct deductions under section 16. Don't confuse with the deduction under section 16 and deduction under section 80C to 80U. Remember, deduction under section 16 is applicable only for income from salary calculation. Understand the difference? Deductions under section 80C to 80U is applicable for total income calculation. Are you getting? 80C to 80U deduction is applicable for total income calculation. Deduction under section 16 is applicable only for income from salary calculation. Now, what are those deductions under section 16? We have three compulsory deductions. One is deductions under section 16 to entertainment allowances. Entertainment allowances. Remember, entertainment allowances you can deduct only for the government employees. For private employees, entertainment allowances you cannot deduct under section 16. So entertainment allowance is the one section. Another one is professional tax, compulsory for all the employees. Compulsory for all the employees, professional tax. One more name for professional tax is tax on employment. Tax on employment. 200 rupees. Everywhere you can find 200 rupees professional tax, but it is depend. Sometime it will be different, but in our organization we have professional tax of 200 rupees per month. So professional tax, that is tax on employment, you have to show deductions under section 16(3). Then one more compulsory deduction, standard deduction. Remember, everyone make a note of it. In the PDF file I have included 40,000, but this is the old rule. Now it is increases to 50,000. Try to understand it. 40,000 standard deduction earlier we had, but now for the assessment year 2020-21 we have standard deduction 50,000. Government has increased the limit standard deduction from 40,000 to 50,000. So now make this total and write it in outer column. Deduct from the gross salary, you will get it net salary or income from salary. Now think about the module number 1. How to calculate the total income? How to calculate the total income of an individual? Think about the format. In order to calculate the total income of an individual, we need 5 heads of income. Which are all 5 heads of income? Income from salary is the first item. So how to calculate those income from salary? This is the rule. This is the format for calculating income from salary. Next, income from house property. Luckily, we don't have problem calculation for income from house property. We have only theory. Then income from business or profession. We have problem relating to income from business or profession. Then income from capital gain. We have problem. Then finally, income from other sources. If you add all these 5 heads of income, what you will get it? You will get it gross total income. You will get it gross total income. So from the gross total income, you have to deduct deductions under section 80C to 80U. Then you will get it total income or net income or taxable income. Therefore, deduction under section 80C to 80U we are using in order to calculate total income or taxable income or net income. But deductions under section 16 is applicable only for income from salary calculation or net salary calculation. In order to get the net salary, first you have to find out gross salary. How to get gross salary? You have to take into consider 4 parts. If you add all the 4 parts of 4 grand total, then you will get it gross total. From the gross total, you have to deduct entertainment allowances if you are a government employee. Then the professional tax, compulsory for all the employees. Then standard deduction, compulsory for all the employees. 50,000 standard deduction now. Make a note of it. It is not a 40,000. It is 50,000. Rule has been changed. So standard deduction 50,000. So you will get it net salary or income from salary. This is only the format we have discussed. For this calculation, what we have to discuss now, before that, before going to income from salary problem, first we need to discuss how to calculate HRA, how to calculate gratuity, how to calculate pension, how to calculate leave encashment, how to calculate the taxable value of perquisites, then rules regarding the provident funds, recognized provident fund, statutory provident fund, unrecognized provident fund, uh, superannuation fund, public provident fund rules we have to study. Then only we can come to a final stage, that is calculation of income from salary. So overall, where and all we have the calculation. Observe the format. I will begin the discussion from gratuity calculation. So first, gratuity calculation, we have separate rules. Then the pension calculation, we have separate rules. Leave encashment calculation, we have separate rules. Then I will go to the HRA, house rent allowances, we have separate rules. Then I will discuss provident fund, 5 types of provident fund I will discuss. Then I will go to the perquisite value. Under perquisite value, each and everything I will not discuss. One of the important concept, RFA, that is rent free accommodation, important concept that I will discuss. Then only I can start the income from salary problems. Is it clear? This is the format of income from salary calculation. So now I will discuss one of the concept, gratuity. Where the gratuity is included in your income from salary format, you tell me. Third part. So in third part, what and all is there? Gratuity, pension, leave encashment. These 3 things I will finish it first. Okay, but lot of rules are there. Every concept you have different rules, so it is not easy. You should thorough with the rules, then only you can proceed with the problem. You don't know the rules, you are not regular to the class, means definitely you cannot proceed with the problem. It will be difficult. Without rules, you cannot start the problem, you cannot proceed with the problem. Therefore, rule is very important. So whenever I am sharing the notes in the before the class, means take down in your notebook well in advance, then you sit for the class, so that it will be easier for you. See, simply you are seeing the slides or PDF file, means you will not get it anything. Therefore I am sharing the notes well in advance. So note down in your notebook, then only sit for the class. So this is the rules relating to income from salary calculation. Yeah. So next class, maybe Monday's class, I will start the concept of gratuity. So gratuity rules is there, format is there. Take down. I hope you have already taken down, but still those who have not completed, means take down. We will discuss the rules and regulations, rules regarding the gratuity calculation in Monday's class. So in between, any doubt you have, means you can ask. So overall, whatever we have discussed today is income from salary format. 4 part we have. In the first part, we are writing basic, DA, DP, bonus, commission, HRA, and all taxable allowances. Which are all taxable allowances? City compensatory allowances, CCA, medical allowances, educational allowances, hostel allowances, traveling allowances, transport allowances, research allowances. So these are all different types of allowances. Then in the second part, mainly we are writing relating to provident fund, recognized provident fund, statutory provident fund, public provident fund, unrecognized provident fund, superannuation fund. Which one is important? RPF is important, recognized provident fund, because SPF is applicable only for the government employee, RPF is applicable to the private employees. So recognized provident fund. Employer contribution, we are writing in second part, employee contribution. Where the employee contribution we are writing? Just tell me now. Already I have explained. Employer contribution we are writing in the second part of income from salary, where the employee contribution will go. Somebody tell me now.
Deduction.
Yeah, deduction under where? Deduction under which section? The section also very important. Deduction under section 80C to 80U. But employee contribution to the recognized provident fund will go to deductions under section 80C. So under provident fund, two contribution: employee contribution, employer contribution. Both the information available in the income from salary problem. But you should decide employer contribution will go to part 2, employee contribution will go to deduction under section 80C. Then interest. Interest in excess of 9.5% is taxable. Now third part, we have gratuity, pension, leave encashment. Okay. Under pension, we have two types of pension: commuted pension and uncommuted pension. Commuted pension and uncommuted pension. So commuted pension means lump sum pension, uncommuted pension means a monthly pension. So that I will discuss later. Under pension, two types of pension is there. One is monthly pension, another one is pension received in lump sum. So pension, commuted pension and uncommuted pension, separate calculations we have. Then the leave encashment calculation, that is comes under third part. Fourth part is all relating to perquisite value, PV, perquisite value. Under perquisite value, which one is important? RFA, full form you should know. What is RFA? Tell me. RFA.
Recognized Provident Fund.
Not recognized provident fund, that is RPF. Recognized provident fund is RPF. I am asking perquisite value RFA.
Accommodation.
Sorry?
Rent-free accommodation.
Yeah, yes, it is rent-free accommodation. So that is perquisite value. Don't get confused. RPF is one of the type of provident fund. RFA is the rent-free accommodation. Okay, so that is that all type of perquisites comes under fourth part. So total of 4 grand total is called as a gross salary. From the gross salary, deduction under section 16.2, deduction under section 16.3, and standard deduction. Entertainment allowances, professional tax. One more name for professional tax is tax on employment. Then standard deduction. Compulsorily 50,000 we have to deduct. Then we will get it net salary or income from salary. Okay, then thank you very much. Meet you in the next class. Any doubt is there, means you can ask any time. Okay, but be regular to the class. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.